That's what. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube apparently wants me to do vertical live streams. Hold on, y'all. Sitting here chilling. It's a beautiful spring day, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the chat below, y'all, if y'all can hear me. Let me know in the chat y'all can hear me. Hold on, y'all. I deal with these. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Had to make sure my tripod was set up correctly because it looked like it was leaning a little bit, and I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be doing a live stream, and the whole tripod just tilts over and crashes. But yeah, last night I did a live stream, right? And I was celebrating us hitting 125 subscribers. And I'm gonna switch it back. I'm sorry, I got it. Give me a sec here. I'm trying to get an orientation going for the video because I'm looking like I'm a little too close, y'all. I'm a little too close. Anyway, welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful spring day. And I want to thank you guys personally for 125 subscribers, man. It really touched my heart. Last night I made a live stream, right? And the audio wasn't picking up anything. That's why I always say, make sure, comment in the comments below if you guys can hear me. Because I guess my mic died in the middle of the live stream. And it didn't die at the middle, I found out. After I published the live stream on public, it died at the very beginning. So I was in there talking for an hour and a half and didn't know. So this Movo mic doesn't have any type of settings. You know what I mean? So you'll never know if it died or if it didn't, unless you look at the indicator light of the transmitter. If it blinks at the bottom of the transmitter, that's when you know that, hey, the mic isn't responding or it died. Matter of fact, let's check it. Okay, it's on. It's on, ladies and gentlemen, it's on. But yeah, I hope you're all having a beautiful and blessed day. I thank you all for tuning into the stream. I'm gonna move this seat back or something. Somebody move my seat up. All right, it's moved all the way back. Today, I just want to say thank you guys for 125 subscribers, man. It's a beautiful and blessed day. Matter of fact, I might stream from another location here shortly because I look like I'm covered in shadow, and I don't like that. And that's due to the sunlight, y'all. I'm gonna move to the back seat. See if that's better for the lighting. And that's due to the sun glare that's in the video consistently. So I had to move it to the back seat, y'all. Hold on. Anyway, I like doing these car videos because they're nice and convenient. You know what I mean? I can record in the car, but I prefer to do it outside, because my car gets hot when the weather gets nice. I don't want to be sitting there talking to you guys and just be sweating up a storm. But if it starts cooling off here in a little bit, that's what I'll switch to, in the meantime. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, grab your snacks, grab your popcorn. We have a lot to discuss in this live stream right here. I'm giving you guys time to get in the chat. Today, y'all, I'm dropping a video, right, on the channel. And in that video, I'm discussing what it's like to be adopted. And that's a very personal story that's near and dear to my heart. I share all the insights of what it was like, from being in a foster care system to actually being adopted by the adoptive parents and everything like that, living in a neighborhood, a new environment that you're not used to. And it's it's a rough experience, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very rough experience for all those who don't know. And man, it takes me back, you know. But anyway, I'm dropping that video today, so make sure you check that out. Um, yeah, last night, ladies and gentlemen, we hit a major milestone, 125 subscribers, man. I know it seems small to many people, many, you know, different content creators will look at that feat and be like, oh, that's small. Like, dang, bro, you celebrate that? Yes, I celebrate the small steps as well as the big ones. You know, I don't just celebrate the major milestones. I celebrate the small ones as well, the small victories as well. You know, because people, they consistently overlook their small victories, their day-to-day victories, and they're trying to strive forward towards that big victory. They're like, oh man, I'm almost there at the finish line. And they don't take the time to examine in the back of their mind the small steps along the way, the small memories and moments they made along the way. And what happens for people like that is when they achieve that, you know, that success, they get in that moment. A few minutes later, they get lonely because the people that they celebrated, you know, the race with is nowhere to be found. They forgot about the memories along the way, or they didn't make any memories along the way. They just ran that race and they kept it going until they got what they wanted in life. And now that they got it, it's like, man, I wish I had somebody to celebrate this moment with. Man, I wish I had somebody that was going to, you know, actually be here to, you know, celebrate with me. And that's what I don't want. You know what I mean? I don't want to hit like 25,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers one day and forget about the 125 people or the 100 subscribers who helped, you know, push me to that point. You know, so that's why I celebrate my small victories and my big victories. Heck, I remember when I had 70 subscribers, right? I remember when I had 70 subscribers to the channel. I celebrated like I had 1,000,000. You know what I mean? Because I was that grateful for every last one of you guys. You know, that's 70. That was 70 people who chose to hear me out. You know what I mean? That was 70 people who chose to tune into my content. That was 70 people who chose to give my channel a chance. You know, and with YouTube today, it's oversaturated with a lot of channels I know. Who probably do content similar to mine or better than mine. And you guys could be checking out their content. You know what I mean? You could check out their videos, but you chose to rock with me, and that is an honor. You know what I mean? That touches my heart. You know what I mean? I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart. I want to shout for joy, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you guys and praise the Heavenly Father for it. You know, but I don't want to wake my neighbors. You know, there's a lot of elderly neighbors I have around the neighborhood, and they sleep, you know, in the afternoons. Some people work in the evenings, so I don't want to be all hype and wake everybody up. So this is a very quiet community, and I have to keep it that way. But yeah, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very grateful to you guys. Grateful to the Heavenly Father for this victory. Last night's live stream, right? I was giving you guys an insight as to who I am, you know, outside of being a content creator. And I was talking about a lot of, you know, different things that I'm into. When it comes to video games, I was talking about like my taste in action RPGs and RPGs, for example, because I don't know if a lot of you guys play Honkai Star Rail or Honkai Impact 3rd or Genshin Impact. I'm into all those games. You know what I mean? I have an account with all three of those games. And I was talking about how I missed my 50-50 with Aventurine last night because they just released a character yesterday named Aventurine. He has this gambler motif. I really like enjoy, you know, his character's play style and everything like that. And he's a great shielder character. And he, you know what I mean, can really cover a character really well, you know, or, you know, he could really protect your team really well. And I missed the 50-50 for Aventurine. I was so mad. I uninstalled the game. I ain't gonna lie, I uninstalled it. I was like, you know what? Done, yo. Because I saved up 7,376 pulls for this man. 7,376 pulls, and I missed the 50-50. I was so mad. I said, you know, I'm done. I'm done. I got a bunch of Lucas. Like my Luca is C6. My main Trailblazer is C6. But I don't have the Venture. I mean, I got Acheron. I have Black Swan. I have Welt Yang. I have a lot of good characters. And recently I even got Clara. So I was like, man, I'm still pissed about that. But I don't think I'll pull for Arlecchino though, because I know myself all too well and I know my luck, right? I know myself and I know my luck. Arlecchino is a Fatui Harbinger and Genshin Impact for all those who don't know. And I'm not going to pull for her because I know that I'm going to miss every last one of my 50/50s on Arlecchino. Ain't no daggone way. I'm not even wasting my time. Like I'll play the new daily boss with fighting against Arlecchino, but I'm not going to pull on her, because I already have Hu Tao anyway. So yeah. And plus, I don't want to waste any Primo gems. I really don't. But anyway, besides Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact 3rd, and Star Rail, I'm into Mass Effect. And I played the original. I talked about in the live stream. I played the original Mass Effect back when it was on the Xbox 360, back in the day, right? I remember I was playing Kingdom Hearts 1, right? And I got bored or whatever. I got done playing, run around, the Olympus stage with Sora. And I said, all right, cool. I want to play something a little more serious. And my brother came back from GameStop, my little brother, and he came back with a bag like this full of games. And one of those games were Mass Effect. And he said, bro, who the heck are these characters on front? In the background, it shows Saren's face. Saren is the villain of Mass Effect 1. And it shows Commander Shepard in the front, you know what I mean? Underneath Saren's face, it's Ashley Williams and Caden Alenko. And I think it shows Garrus on the cover. I'm not sure. But long story short, I was playing that game and I remember hopping out, you know what I mean, on hopping out. I can't remember the first stage, ladies and gentlemen. I forget. I can't remember the first stage, but just hopping off, the ship and everything like that, and shooting all these laser guns and everything. I was like, bro, is this a Star Wars knockoff? I looked at my brother like, this Star Wars knockoff? You got me playing this dope, though. That's what I called it at the time. I called it a Star Wars knockoff, but it ended up being a lot better than I had anticipated. Like, all right, I was so deeply invested when Mass Effect 2 came out. I didn't even have to see no promotional commercial for it. I was working at Kmart during the time, and I know you guys remember Kmart. I was working at Kmart during the time, and it was during the holiday season. It was during Black Friday shopping, and I happened to see it, literally happened to see it on a shelf by itself because everybody shopped all the games, and Mass Effect 2 it was like 3 copies of Mass Effect 2 left. And I said, hey, yo, is this Mass Effect 2? I said, bro, I didn't even see no commercial for this. I said, yo, I told the girl working in the electronics, I said, yo, can I get this copy of this game right here? She said, all right, sure. And I grabbed it. I paid for it. I grabbed it. You know what I mean? Took it home, played it. Great story. You know what I mean? Thane was my boy. Thane was definitely that. He was that hitman assassin. And he's a Drell. He was terminally ill. But he was a dope assassin. I played the entire story. Samara is another one of my favorite characters and Mass Effect. And she's like Liara. She's the same race as Liara. She's an Asari, but she, has daughters who were Ardot Yakshis. But anyway, that's another story for another time and everything like that. But long story short, like that game ended up being dope. And I didn't even see the promotional video for Mass Effect 3. I just seen it in the store again. A couple years later, I grabbed it. I paid for it. I said, yo, let's play it. Popped it in, played it. And lo and behold, check this. Got to the ending. I was not digging that blue, red, green deal. Like every ending was the same except for different colors. Like, come on, bro. If one was destroyed, one was controlled, one was synthesized. I was like, bro, the green was synthesized, blue was controlled, red was destroyed. And I was like, bro, I'm not digging this at all. I'm not digging this. And it caused such backlash with the fans of BioWare, you know, and fans of Mass Effect series, that they went online. They start threatening BioWare employees and everything. So they had to provide a quick fix, a DLC. And I remember when all that happened, you know, and even with that DLC they provided, it still wasn't enough. They should have still just went back and fixed the story at the end, but they chose not to. Originally Mass Effect had a different ending than what you could ever, you know, understand, you know what I mean? Because it was a very convoluted ending. When I seen the blueprints and everything like that for the original organic ending, I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. That would have pissed people off. I was like, man, no way, no way, Jose, that wouldn't have worked. But anyway, I'm a Mass Effect fan. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm a Genshin Impact fan, Honkai Star Rail fan, Honkai Impact Third fan. I also play Final Fantasy, and I haven't played Rebirth yet. I definitely haven't played Rebirth yet, but I have played Final Fantasy 7. One thing about me outside of being a content creator, I'm into video games, as you could tell. But I like action RPGs and RPGs. And one thing about Honkai Star Rail, it's a turn-based RPG, much like Final Fantasy is. You can run around the world, and once you encounter an enemy, you get turn-based attacks and all that stuff. And I'm holding out for Robin, though. I'm definitely holding out for Robin's character in Star Rail. And Boot Hill. Boot Hill, most definitely. Boot Hill gonna be hilarious. Boot Hill gonna be hilarious. But I play games like Grand Theft Auto, everything from San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories and all that. And I played Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 4 ended up being dope with the physics. You know what I mean? 5 is definitely dope because of the online mode and the story and everything like that, and how you could play with 3 different characters simultaneously, or you could play with them, you know, individually when you're not in the story mode. But with Grand Theft Auto 6, I have seen the trailer for it. I'm kind of hyped. I'm having reserved emotions about it because Grand Theft Auto 5 ended up going for 10 or 11 years. Like, literally, the game ended up going for almost 11 years, 12 years. And I'm like, all right, I don't want 6 to be like 17 years long. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is going to be the last Grand Theft Auto title I'll ever be into. Because I'm like, all right, I'm looking at it, I'm getting older. You know what I mean? I don't want to be wasting my time around the house playing Grand Theft Auto and being on it for like 7 hours like how I was back in the day. And my thing is, I'm gonna like major shout out to you guys because he said, why don't you play Grand Theft Auto 6? I am gonna play 6, but I was so invested in Grand Theft Auto 5. Check this. I was so invested in Grand Theft Auto 5. I would be on it till like 8 in the morning till like 8 at night. So I was that invested into it. The world, the story, everything. And I'm like, all right, cool. I have a family. I have kids, so I don't have time to really be on it all day. So I'm definitely going to play 6, most definitely. But I'm going to reserve my thoughts about it and opinions about it until I play it. Everybody's giving 6 a hard rap. Like, oh, it's going to be terrible. Oh, it's going to be the worst thing in the world. Oh, my gosh. Like, no, bro. You just seen the trailer. How are you giving this game a bad rep? You haven't even played it yet. I'm just limiting my playtime to on Grand Theft Auto 6 because I have a family, so I have to be invested in what they have going on, and taking care of my family as well. And also, I have a YouTube channel to run. I have a podcast. I have a very busy life. I won't have all day to just play Grand Theft Auto 6, most definitely, even though I would love to. Yeah, but other than that, you know what I mean? I love playing video games. My older brother, he tried to get me into NBA 2K, like back in the day when I was a kid. That's all he would play. He wouldn't play Grand Theft Auto. He wouldn't play Saints Row. I played Saints Row 1 all the way up to the last one that came out in the Xbox. I think it was Series S or whatever, or Series X. And that I don't understand how that Saints Row got a bad rep. You know what I mean? But hey. Anyway, Saints Row has always been a wild game. It's always been a wild game when it came to customization. So I don't understand how it got a bad rep. But anyway, long story short, my brother, he never liked any of those games. He didn't play Saints Row, Grand Theft Auto. No matter what Grand Theft Auto came out, he was not impressed. My older brother Mike was never impressed with Grand Theft Auto. I don't know why. I remember when Grand Theft Auto, for all those who don't know, I remember when Grand Theft Auto was top down. And all my OGs in the chat, I need y'all to jump in the chat and tell these kids today when Grand Theft Auto was top down. And it looked like a handheld video game. Like literally, bro. I remember that. And long story short, like my brother, he didn't play none of them. I played Tony Hawk games. I played a lot of games. You know what I mean? Growing up, I played a lot of video games. But my brother, he was strictly into 2K. You couldn't even get him to play Madden. You couldn't get him to play NCAA. You couldn't get him to play nothing else. Just NBA 2K was all he played. And I'm not knocking nobody for their favorite game franchises and everything like that. But, I have a very eclectic taste because, I like when I get bored of a video game, I want to play something else. You know what I mean? I want to play and try another video game. You know what I mean? See what they have going on. That's why I dig why Grand Theft Auto 5, open world is like literally in a whole open country almost. And you can like play the online mode. If you're tired of the story mode, you can go online, play with players all around the world, and you can play online mode and everything and have a good time. But with games that are limited, you know what I mean, to a linear story, much how the Kingdom Hearts franchise is, you can go to different worlds, yeah, but they're not as open as games like Grand Theft Auto, even Mafia, the Mafia series, Mafia 3, and all that. Big open world. LA Noire, big open world. So it like you get bored of games that have like a limited open world. You just want to play something else. You want to try something else, and that's where my taste in different video games came in. The only thing I couldn't get into, and there's no shade towards Star Wars fans at all, is Star Wars games. You know what I mean? Because like trying to keep up with the story of Star Wars is like, wow. You have to be a fan. I'm talking about since the 70s. You got to be a fan to keep up with Star Wars. You know what I mean? Because there's different volumes, there's different, arcs, there's different, characters, throughout all the years. And it's like, it's not a linear story of one character. It's many different characters from many different perspectives. And I don't have the time to really actually try to configure all that. But, when it comes to games, though, I'm definitely going to check out GTA 6 and give it a try. You know what I mean? Give it a try. Because one thing about Rockstar, but one thing, I'm glad you mentioned that in the comments. One thing about Rockstar is they put their effort into their games. They really do. And like one thing I like about GTA 5 is the fact that you can either purchase cars or you can steal them on the street. Like, that's one thing that always got me, though. That's one thing that always got me, because I used to play GTA 4, right? And I call it the Ferrari dealership, but I was called Poochie and whatnot. But anyway, the Ferrari dealership, I would go in there, you know what I mean? Try to act like I'm about to buy a car. And then the dealer was like, all right, okay, cool. I'm going to go upstairs and I was like, okay, cool. I'll see the dealer go upstairs to talk to the I guess the business owner, and I would go down. I would just hop in the Ferrari and take it and drive off, and the alarm would go off. I love how the car alarms always went off every time he stole a car from inside the dealership. And like beep, 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 and the cops would just chase me, bro. I was out. I used to be speeding down daggone Liberty City with the daggone stolen Ferrari. That joint used to be dope. That used to be so dope. But I like the physics, though, of 4. Like, that's one thing about me. I love the physics of 4, because the faster you went, everything became a blur. Especially if your character was intoxicated. If you played as Nico and you had Nico intoxicated, everything was blurry and everything. And then the car started rocking and all that. Like, bro, it was dope. That was dope. I like the physics that Rockstar put into that game right there. One thing I liked about 5, though, was by the press of a button, you could switch to Trevor, Michael, or Franklin. Sometimes even Chop. You know what I mean? If you played as Franklin's dog and you're on a mission, you got to play as Franklin's dog. You switch characters and everything. It was just press the D-pad. It was not, all right, we got to press circle at this time, everything like that. It was no, you know what I mean? No remote commands and everything. You got to, find this character and then switch over to him. No, you could just, by the press of a button, switch over to him. Or you can pull up your cell phone and free play mode, pull up your cell phone, and you could switch over to the other character. And the character was always doing something wild. Like if you play with Trevor, Trevor always got into something wild. Like it was hilarious. One day, right, I was playing as Franklin. I'm riding around the hood, whatever. And like after I got like 5 stars on me, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get these stars off me. Then I'm gonna switch to the Trevor. And I got this. I was able to hide under a bridge, get the stars off me, and everything like that. And long story short, I switched over to Trevor. Trevor over there fighting daggone mountain lions. I said, bro, what in the world? And I died like soon as I switched over to Trevor because this man was swinging on mountain lions. I said, bro, yo, this man wild. This man wild. But yeah, so that's like a little bit of like my taste in video games. You know what I mean? I love everything from action RPGs to, you know, to mobile games, to sports games, to racing games. My current favorite racing game is always going to be Gran Turismo. And that's because you can, you know, have a training mode where you get your international license. You can get your standard license. You can you can change the oil on all the cars you buy if they're used. You can wash the car. You can put it in the garage. You can go to photography mode, take pictures of the car. It's really fly. I dig it. I dig it. You know, I played Gran Turismo since Gran Turismo 2 back in the day. You know what I mean? Since Gran Turismo 2. And I played every Gran Turismo title since, you know, because of those training mode features, the photography mode, the oil changes and all that stuff. You can put the rims on the car now, and it's really dope. You know what I mean? It's really dope. And one thing about Gran Turismo, it taught me about many different, you know, car makes. You know what I mean? Like car makers in Germany, car makers in Sweden. I didn't know about car makers in Finland, car makers in France. I didn't know about, you know, I was blown away. You know what I mean? So that's why I love Gran Turismo. Don't get me wrong. Need for Speed is dope. I love Need for Speed. I have it on my phone right now, the Need for Speed Underground app and everything. And I play it from time to time, not too much though. Like I said, I like to have time management skills is why I don't invest a lot of my time into a lot of the games that I play. Because I have a YouTube channel, I have a podcast, I have a wife and kids. So I have to really like split my time every day into many different segments. And I like to get into the Word of God, most definitely. I like to read the Word of God, you know, when I wake up in the morning, before I go to bed at night. So, you know, I have time for the Heavenly Father as well. I don't, you know what I mean, just spend time on myself, you know. Like I said, though, I missed my 50-50 on adventuring yesterday. I uninstalled Star Rail so fast. I said, bro, I'm done. I was that mad. I'll probably reinstall it when the update comes out because it doesn't come out until May 8th. But like one thing about me that I don't like about Star Rail or Genshin Impact, it takes so long to finish a story. Like we already in Pentaconi. We're already in Pentaconi in Star Rail, right? But we're just now about to hit Natland and Genshin Impact. And Genshin Impact been out since 2020. Bruh, listen, I know it takes time to really, you know, study a game, a region, their culture, their, you know, what the region may or may not look like if it's animated in a video game and game design and all that. I know that takes a while, but this is why I honestly think that they should have at least included Mondstadt, Liyue, Sumeru. When those three lands first, when the game first came out, they should have included 3 regions at a time when the game first came out, and then include Inazuma after that. You know, Fontaine, then Natland on the next DLC, and that way you could wrap the story up a little faster, and then you can leave room for like all the mini games and stuff like that. Because what a lot of players are complaining about when it comes to Genshin is some people enjoy the mini games and other people just don't. They don't have time for it. They just want to get the story over with. They want to see why, you know, Conria, you know, is destroyed the way it is. You know what I mean? That's what they want to see. That's what they want to like realize. They're like, all right, cool. Like, what happened to Conria? You know, what's going on with Dainsleaf and all this other stuff. So That's why, like, I don't invest too much time into like side quests and stuff like that when it comes to mobile games. I just want to get the story wrapped up so I can move on to the next game. So that's one thing about me, because I'm a very busy person. So I tend to play when the updates come out. I still play, from time to time when I have some downtime, but I mainly play the game for their story updates. I play for the story updates. But yeah, so I was talking about all this in the live stream last night, but the audio was cut out because the mic died, I guess, at the beginning of the live stream. So the one thing was, I didn't realize, and this was my fault for not checking. I should have double checked the mic. I should have tapped it a couple times to see if it was working. And I didn't do that. You know what I mean? I was so tired after working out all crazy yesterday. You know what I mean? And lifting weights, running laps and everything like that. I was tired. I was blown away. And I was like out of energy. So I was like this in the live stream, barely staying awake. I was barely staying awake. So long story short, I spent an hour and a half going over these details in the video, in the live stream, and it didn't pick up none of the audio. By the time I released it, and somebody commented at the in the comment sections, let me know, yo, I can't hear none of the audio. I had to take the entire live stream down, and that's why I'm redoing it now. Because and it kind of sets me back because I have a video to drop today. I still got to edit the video, and I still got to create a thumbnail for it and then publish it. So I was like, bruh, sometimes the ups and downs of being a content creator, and it happens. It absolutely happens. And a funny story about ups and downs. When I got my Comica VM10, I thought that I could use it on my my Rebel T100. Come to find out, I had to order like a different adapter, like a mini USB, because it didn't have a USB-C type. You know what I mean? And there's no way really to check it while you're in store, because if you get it at Walmart or something like that, they're not going to show it to you. You know what I mean? And they didn't have one on the shelf for me to check out, because if I'd have saw that, from one of their demo cameras, I'd have been like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. And there was no way to check if the camera was even, hold on. Sorry about that. A bus went by. There was no way to check to see if a DSLR camera is a mirror camera or a mirrorless camera. I have a mirrorless DSLR. You know what I mean? Meaning the screen doesn't pop out. It doesn't flip out any kind of way. And so when I purchased it, I was so excited and everything like that. And I was able to see if the camera was operating. I was so excited to use it that I didn't take games. He's like, yeah, I know, man. He's like, you couldn't get me into nothing if you tried. I said, I know, bro. I said, I know. It kind of sucked because, you can bond with your family members over video games, and it was just a good conversation with my brother. But anyway, like I said, I didn't check my camera, you know what I mean, before I bought it. And it didn't leave any type of description on the box when I purchased it to say, hey, it's a DSLR camera, Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had to deal with a situation that my son told me happened at school. And he went into full detail onto what happened in his class. Apparently, he was being bullied, and he went into full detail of everything. And I was giving him the best advice that I possibly could as a father on how to deal with that situation. Now, the reason why I'm recording inside the car is it's absolutely chilly outside. It dropped by 2 or 3 degrees, and that's because it is the evening. It's not because it's some weird weather anomaly. It's because it is the evening. So therefore, hold on, y'all. That's because it is the evening, and with it being the evening, it starts to cool off just a bit. But yeah, so I didn't check whether my camera was a mirror or mirrorless DSLR camera. So now, I just use it for photography on the weekends, and I'm going to start taking a lot of those pictures and uploading them here to the channel and everything like that to show you guys some of the footage I was able to capture. Most definitely, I use my phone still when it comes to photography, but definitely when we go on vacation, me, my wife, and my kids, I plan on using that camera. But yeah, so now I just do a lot of the content from my phone, And it was sucky about it too, guys. The quality wasn't all that good. It really wasn't. Like it was like very mid, you know. And the thing is, you gotta pay at least, I would say, 700 to about maybe $1,000 or more for a good camera. Because I was originally was going to get a Sony VZ1, I believe, on Amazon, and I was like, all right, cool. I was weighing my options because I didn't want to pay $700 for a camera. I said, I'm gonna try to go for at least a $500 camera or a $300 camera, and I went and got the Rebel T100. Because it was a Canon on it, and I was like, all right, Canon makes some awesome cameras. You know what I mean? I definitely want to get a Canon camera, and lo and behold, I have very little use for that thing because the technology is like based off of 2015 technology, and the highest resolution it goes is up to, I think, 720p, and it doesn't do 4K. Thing about it, my Amazon camera does 4K, but it has an autofocus issue. So now, I have no use for either camera, and that was a complete waste of money. Up until I had to take pictures of landscapes. So now I'm sitting back weighing my options. Like, man, I can't even podcast with this camera. You know what I mean? Like I want to, so I have to use my phone and my mobile mic. And major shout out to mobile, by the way, because this has actually upped my game by a lot. Because now I can get outside the car and talk to you guys. I can be pressed against the window, like, yeah. But anyway, guys, not saying I would. That's a bit weird, but it has upped my game by a lot, and I'm really stoked about using this wireless mic. Before it cooled off, I originally was going to go for a walk and do a walk and talk video, and I might still do that later this evening. Maybe about in an hour or so, do another live stream for you guys. But yeah, so I'm gonna drop that video today. I'm gonna edit it and everything like that. So it's gonna take a while, or I'll probably drop it tomorrow. So make sure you look out for that as well. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for jumping in the stream and everything, showing me so much love and support. And thank you for all your feedback and everything like that. And yeah, so it's just a thing, like going forward. So I've been working with this logo, right, for about a year. And that was the very first logo, like the very first Only Us logo that I have listed on top of the polls. And I was working with that design for about a year. And I was thinking about using it, and I was like, nah, I'm not sure. And the other two I just thought of recently. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. I was thinking on this title and like for the brand and everything like that for about a year. And I was like asking my friends, like, hey, would this be a good title or a logo for a fashion brand? And they said, what is it for? I said, for my YouTube channel. And I also want to, advertise it on the podcast as well. And long story short, it was like, yeah, I think it would really be something that you could really, look forward to using and stuff like that. I would really go for it if it's, your dream and everything. If you want to debut this logo, go for it. And I was like, all right, cool. So I was stuck between 3 different logos at the time. And now that I have the logo already selected and all picked out, I think I'm ready to really like start ordering like a lot of the products next week. And that's one thing I mentioned in the live stream last night is I'm going to start ordering some merch for the channel next week so you guys can see, when I order it. So I'm big into t-shirts. I love t-shirts. That's my thing. I absolutely love tees. You know what I mean? With a passion. Like I love it. So I might be dropping a lot of those. Joggers. I love joggers most definitely. Especially with a nice pair of hot top kicks. You know what I mean? I'm into joggers, so I have so everything from sweatpants to t-shirts to hoodies to loungewear, coffee mugs, stickers, you name it. So I have all that, listed on the website. I just got to get it, sold. And the only way for you guys to see it is for me to actually get the merch myself and, you know, show it to you guys. So eventually, most definitely, I will be able to have that listed on my videos. So make sure you look out for my shop stores once I drop them, you know, maybe about in a month or so. Maybe in about a month or so. We'll see how the feedback goes for that brand and everything like that, for the clothing brand. And if it's a hit, I'll definitely start linking them in every video, so that way you guys can, you know, order off of the shop store and everything. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the inconvenience of the interruption earlier. The first one was because my brother called. The second was because my son told me that he was bullied at school and I had to deal with that situation and everything. Hold on. And that time it was because a loud truck went by. But anyway, I love you guys. I thank you all for tuning in today's stream. I definitely will have that video out sometime this evening, if not by tomorrow morning. So make sure you look out for that. Comment in the comment section below what you enjoyed about this live stream, what you didn't enjoy about it. Smash a thumbs up button if you did enjoy it. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.